Michelangelo is ready for some skateboarding action with today's game, Skateboarding for your Atari 2600, featuring the most radical box art you've seen this week. Nice shorts. Let's go ahead and take skateboarding, pop it in my Atari 7800 Pro system, and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Skateboarding was published by Absolute Entertainment and carries a copyright year of 1987. It was programmed by David Crane, who also programmed the classic Pitfall, which I reviewed way back in episode 149. According to the manual, you know you're late for school, but what you don't know is just overnight, an array of obstacles have been placed along the way. Radical, man. This is a skateboarder's dream come true. You have to get to school on time, but passing up the chance to ride ramps or cruise tubes would make you look like a real nerd. You've got to conquer a total of 30 tubes and ramps in under 5 minutes to be totally awesome. Not only that, after you find all the tubes and ramps, you have to find the front steps of the school building. Skateboarding is a skateboarding game for one player only and only has one mode of difficulty. You press reset to start the game. Whenever you're holding your skateboard, you press the button to jump on and then use the joystick to steer. While on your skateboard, you can also press the button to jump. If you hold the jump button down when you land and continue holding it down, you will ride the skateboard in a crouched position, which is necessary to go through the tubes. If you ever hit something, you will fall off your skateboard and need to jump back on. If you ride your skateboard over grass, you will slow down and remain on that speed when you get off of the grass. Sometimes when you slow down too much, it's wiser to either hit something to fall off or stay on the grass until you get so slow you jump off your board. Throughout the game is scattered 30 tubes and ramps you need to get through and jump over in order to win. As I mentioned before, you have to be crouched down in order to pass through the tubes, but you also have to be lined up perfectly. While crouched, tapping up or down can be used to fine-tune your alignment, but if you hold up or down too long, you will turn instead. For the ramps, you simply have to skate over them. On the very top of the game world is a street that occasionally has trucks driving by that thankfully won't crash into you if you skate by or over them. If you skate by a truck that is leaving the stop sign area just right, you'll actually grab a hold of it, gaining speed. Once you do, moving the joystick will release you, moving at a much quicker pace. I found this to be incredibly hard to pull off and basically more hassle than it's worth, but it is kinda neat. You get to maintain your super speed until you crash or go over the grass, slowing you down. The game itself is basically a giant maze made up of all the screens put together. In order to make it to school and complete all 30 obstacles in under 5 minutes, you will need to play the game enough to learn a successful path to take. There's definitely some trial and error in the game. Once the timer runs out, your game ends if you haven't completed all 30 ramps and tubes and made it to the school. The game also gives you a rating based on how many obstacles are left when the timer runs out. If 30 to 25 obstacles are left, you're a spaz. For 24 to 20 obstacles left, you're a nerd. For 19 to 10, you're cool. For 9 to 1 obstacles left, you're radical. And if you complete all the obstacles in time, you're totally awesome. Graphically speaking, being a late release for the 2600, I think the game actually looks pretty good. And is it just me, or does your skateboarder kind of look like Pitfall Harry? Or maybe it's his kid. Considering that Pitfall creator David Crane made the game, perhaps he did it on purpose, or perhaps it's just the style of characters he makes on the 2600. Sound and music wise, I thought the sounds were fitting and I enjoyed the music. Family friendly wise, if the game was released today, I would anticipate it would get an E for everyone rating. At the time I researched on eBay, including shipping, loose copies were going for $5 to $6 and one new copy sold for $17. So what did I think of skateboarding on the 2600? Actually, I had a lot of fun with this game, and normally I don't like skateboarding games that much. The game does have a learning curve, and it takes a little getting used to, especially lining up for the tubes. There were many times I tried to fine-tune my approach, but instead I turned and had to go back and try again. And this is also basically a game which uses a lot of memorization, which usually I don't like, but here I kinda do. So while some people may not find the replay value all that great for the title, I could actually see myself playing this again, even though I was able to complete the course. I do wish, however, that the manual included some rankings based on how quickly you completed the 30 obstacle course. So where am I going to rank skateboarding? Somewhere in the 40s. I like it better than Sentinel at 44, but I do like Cosmic Arc more at 43. So out of the 134 games I've now ranked on 2600, skateboarding is ducking into the 44 position. Skateboarding is not for everyone and has a little bit of a learning curve, but I had fun with it. So what do you think of the game? Whether you agree or disagree with me, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Also feel free to click the like and subscribe buttons and follow me on both the Facebook and the Twitter. I'm also a member of the Retro Junkies Network. At this time, I'd like to thank Joe Tubular T for supporting the show at patreon.com/noswergamer. Thank you, Joe. If you appreciate the work I do, please consider becoming a Patreon supporter for as little as $1 a month. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of the Noswer Gamer. Take care, and don't forget to duck when skateboarding through tubes.